That's right. Trump promised to release his medical records ahead of the election, but so far he hasn't. Well, he actually agreed to answer some questions about his health records with us. I mean, I think we all know why he's not releasing them. Trump's basically a walking check engine light. You know what I'm saying?
Could be anything, could be anything.
It hasn't been cleaned since 1932.
Okay, all right, now. Can you just remind me, what's the name of your doctor?
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Did you hear? Trump's on a crusade to cancel daylight saving time. Yep, the guy who couldn't even cancel his own Twitter account is now trying to cancel time itself. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video, but wait, there's more. He's assembled a team of sleep-deprived moms, cranky farmers, and confused dogs to take on Big Clock. It's like the Avengers, but with more yawning and less spandex. Picture this, Trump's holed up in his Mar-a-Lago bunker, surrounded by a motley crew that looks like the cast of a bizarre sitcom. There's sleepy mom, still in her pajamas, desperately clutching a cold cup of coffee. Grumpy farmers there too, muttering about roosters and alarm clocks. And let's not forget the confused dogs, who are just happy to be included in whatever's happening. Trump, with his hair looking extra fluffy today, stands up and declares, "We're going to war, folks. Not with China or North Korea, but with Big Clock." He pauses for dramatic effect, then adds, "We're gonna make America nap again." The dogs bark in approval, while Sleepy Mom just yawns. But their first mission hits a snag faster than you can say cuff-F. The teams gathered around the microwave, staring at it like it's some alien technology. Trump scratches his head. Who knew changing the time could be so complicated? Grumpy Farmer chimes in. Back in my day, we just looked at the sun. Determined to whip his team into shape, Trump starts handing out code names. Sleepy Mom becomes the Snoozer, while Grumpy Farmer is christened Old McDowell. The dogs, well, they're just the good boys.
Anyway, if you want something fun to watch with the family while you're making merry, eating figgy pudding, whatever it is you do to celebrate, I mean, I think we all know why he's not releasing them. Trump's basically a walking check engine light. You know what I'm saying?
Could be anything, could be anything.
Thank you for joining us. Now, you're 78 years old and you'd be 81 at the end of your second term. How would you describe your health?
The squad starts practicing their battle cry. No more spring forward, fall back, just fall asleep. It's not exactly remember the Alamo, but it'll do. Trump nods approvingly. That'll show those clock lovers in Washington. But just as they're about to launch their first official mission, disaster strikes. Half the team shows up an hour late, victims of the very thing they're fighting against, daylight saving confusion. Trump fumes, "This is why we need to end this madness. Even my own team can't figure it out." Despite the setback, word spreads about Trump's crusade. Soon, sleep-deprived Americans from all walks of life start joining up. New moms, night shift workers, and even a few vampires form what Trump proudly dubs the Yawn Patrol. As the movement grows, Trump sets his sights on their next target, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. "We're gonna infiltrate their headquarters," he announces, "and replace all their fancy atomic clocks with good old-fashioned sundials." The team cheers, although Sleepy Mom's cheer sounds suspiciously like a snore. Will Trump's ragtag squad of time rebels succeed in their mission?
Of course, quick question. Do you use any assistance to get upstairs?
Forklift.
That's right. Trump promised to release his medical records ahead of the election, but so far he hasn't. Well, he actually agreed to answer some questions about his health records with us. Wow, with that diet, what does your doctor say about your heart?
We're gonna replace it before it explodes.
Okay, all right, now.
Or will they just end up hitting the snooze button on their plans? Only time will tell, but don't ask them what time it is, because they're not sure anymore. Hold on to your alarm clocks, because Trump's about to drop a bombshell that'll make your head spin faster than the hands on a clock. What if I told you that daylight saving time isn't just annoying, it's downright sinister?
Xfinity remote.
Just say it right into it.
Just say Jimmy Fallon. It'll come on. It'll do it.
Record it too?
Absolutely. What did the doctor say after he had you stripped down for a full body check?
It's a horror show.
All right, no. Well, what do you eat in a typical day?
Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's.
Yep, our orange-tinted hero has uncovered a conspiracy so wild it makes Area 51 look like a kiddie park. Trump gathered his sleepy squad and unveiled his grand theory. Daylight saving time is actually a sinister plot by the deep sleep state. Cue the dramatic music. As evidence, Trump whipped out a crayon drawing that looked like a kindergartner's art project gone wrong. It showed the Earth tilted on its axis, surrounded by stick figures labeled evil clock manipulators. Trump pointed at it proudly, declaring, "See, they're tilting the Earth to steal our precious daylight."
You have never seen a body so beautiful. It hasn't been cleaned since 1932.
Okay, all right, now. Can you just remind me, what's the name of your doctor?
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Thank you very much. Okay.
But wait, there's more. Trump's crusade against clocks attracted some big-name allies. Elon Musk, never one to miss out on a wacky scheme, jumped on board with his own solution. "Forget clocks," he said, probably while sipping on a Mars-tini. "We'll beam the time directly into people's brains using my Neuralink chips." Because nothing says freedom from time tyranny like a chip in your noggin, right? Not to be outdone, Vivek Ramaswamy chimed in with his own brilliant idea. "What we need," he proclaimed, "is a time czar." And wouldn't you know it, he just happened to have the perfect candidate in mind, himself. Imagine that. As the plot thickened like Trump's infamous hairspray, our intrepid time warriors stumbled upon a shocking discovery, a secret society of watchmakers called the Timekeepers. Trump was sure these shadowy figures were the puppeteers behind the whole daylight saving scheme. Determined to crack the case, Trump's team went undercover to infiltrate a timekeeper meeting. They donned fake mustaches and comically large trench coats, ready to expose the nefarious plot. But when they burst into the meeting room, they found a bunch of old guys comparing pocket watches and arguing about cuckoo clocks. Talk about a letdown. Despite this setback, Trump refused to admit defeat. He gathered his disappointed troops and declared, "We will not rest, we will build a great wall of clocks." His supporters cheered, even though nobody really knew what a wall of clocks would actually accomplish. And so, Trump's crusade against daylight saving time continues, proving once again that in the world of politics, time isn't the only thing that's often wasted. Well folks, it looks like Trump's battle against the clock might be running out of time. His crusade is facing more hurdles than his comb-over in a windstorm. But hey, in Trump's America, who needs daylight saving when you can just declare it's nap time whenever you want? As one sleep expert quipped, changing the clock twice a year is outdated and unnecessary. Kind of like Trump's spray tan routine, am I right? But seriously, whether daylight saving time sticks around or gets the boot is still up in the air. It's like waiting for Trump's tax returns. We might be here a while. In the meantime, Trump and his Yawn Patrol will keep fighting the good fight against Big Clock. Who knows, maybe one day we'll all be living on Trump time. Just don't expect it to sync with reality.